disciple, truth in the streets, word for your walk, got soul in the beats. Faith that's real, hope will revive. Every week preaching the word in your life.
You come into His presence. But I find so many times by just giving God the praise and the glory and being grateful from where it does come from, looking up and see where it comes from, holding my hands up and giving God the glory and praise. So many times I'll go out late in the afternoon, but the sun done went down, stars shining, and just go out on the front porch out there and stand out there and just give God the praise and the glory and worship Him in the quietness of the midnight and the early morning hours, or midnight hours, or early time of the afternoon, after dark, whatever you want to say. We need to learn to give God the praise and the glory, and just be blessed. Then on the other hand, Conrad had that old donkey out there on that farm. Like I say, he was old, and he kind of got to the point where he didn't want to do nothing. Didn't seem like he could hear very good, and kind of seemed like he was stove up and stiff and couldn't hardly get around. Wasn't worth much anymore at all. And on the corner of the far lot down there, there'd been a well one time dug, and the well had caved in, and the old donkey was out there, and he fell off in that well. And all he knew to do was to beller and blate and holler and scream for some help. And Conrad, he heard him out there one afternoon. He heard him carrying on like, man, what's going on with that donkey out there? They called him old George. And he said, what's wrong with George? What's his problem? So he went out to looking for him and found him down that hole in that well. And he tried to figure out a way to get him out of there. And they never couldn't figure out a way to get that monster out of there. He wasn't very big, but he was big to try to pull out of a hole in the ground like that. So he had an idea. He said, well, he's old anyway. He's not going to live very much longer. I think I'll just bury him right there, and this will be his eternal home. And so he got him a shovel and began to shovel dirt in there. And every time he'd throw a shovel of dirt in there, the old donkey would step on that little bit of dirt. Here another shovel, and step on it, another shovel. But this time he had put so much dirt in there that the donkey had kept stepping on top of it. He just finally walked right out of the top and walked out. Conrad looked at the old donkey and says, hey, you've been fooling me all these years. You're not as stupid as I thought you was. And you know, that's kind of the way some Christians are. We just take the Lord for granted, and we may act stupid and dumb, but nevertheless, God knows who we are. He knows what's within us. And you may have some trials come that way, to be tested in some area of your life to prove to. You don't have to prove it to God. You prove it to yourself. God already knows. The Heavenly Father already knows. You have to prove it to yourself that you're not as stupid as you thought that you were pretending to be. Well, I don't know whether you got anything out of it or not, but that was Conrad's little old farm that he had. It wasn't a McDonald's farm, O-E-I-E-I-O, with a honk here and a blade here and a blade there, but it was just Conrad's old little farm. And so we just want to share them a little thoughts with you, a little story with you. We hope you'll be blessed. Look up. Don't take Him for granted. Look up and give God the praise and the glory. He's great and greatly to be praised. Again, this is Urban Disciple coming to you. Ring the bell, push the button, and we'll give you a big old thank you out of it. And have a great day. We are gone.